They were sitting outside my in-laws' place, as they always do, trying to catch the thing of Richard or whatever.
Fucking hell,
right?
man, that's mad, isn't it?
The door was left open to the garden. I didn't know. Bertie, little prick, ran over a main road, fucking run over, right? And everyone's like, "You haven't got your dog under control." I didn't see him. He's just a fucking dog. Like, he's 10 months old dog. So anyway, he ran off. Chloe went out to get him. As soon as she walked down the steps, she spotted a photographer and was like, "Oh, I'm got no makeup on. I'm not getting fucking
fuck.
So then called me.
Yeah.
And I was halfway eating a fucking, burger. And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Go and get the dog." I was like, "Where is he?" She's like, "He's run across the road." I was like, "Sorry, why are you even back here?" And she was like, "Well, because there's a photographer." I was like, "Yeah, I think it's probably forget the photographer and just get the dog." So we're having a row. I've then run across the field.
Yeah.
He's like a mile away. He's like in a distance, like as a dot. I've called him. He's looked at me, and he's fucking run off to get to another dog. And I'm like trying to stay cool because there's like people walking around you going. I'm like, Bertie. I was like, "You fucking prick." Right, so I've started running. I haven't run in 2 years because my back's like, run. And as I'm running, he's run off and disappeared around the corner. And I'm like, they're dog napping all the time. I don't know if you see the news. Like, they shot, not ours, but they shot somebody's dog person the other day. There's a big spate of dog nappings all around the country, all around the world. America, UK.
Really?
Yeah, they're driving around in vans and nicking dogs. And they're especially nicking fox red Labradors. Right? And they turn up at a park, they go for a walk, it wanders off, they bang in a van, they fuck off. They actually shot someone, I think it was in America and LA. Dog nappers tried to nick, like, I think it was Lady Gaga's dogs or whatever. And they shot the fucking guy looking after them just to get the dogs. Because the price has gone through the roof during lockdown. So I thought when he ran off around the corner, I was like, fuck, he's going to get nicked now. So anyway, people are like laughing at me. I'm running, and my wife's taking the collar off the dog because she wants him to be comfortable. I was like, he's a fucking dog. He doesn't get comfortable or uncomfortable, right? So I can't grab him because his photographer's like, "All right, James, having a bit of problem with your dog?" I'm like, "Yeah, mate, yeah," because you don't want to go fuck off, you prick. So you're like, "Yeah, mate," and he's like, "If I've got 5 dogs at home," you're like, "I don't care. Why are you talking to me?"
How about you grab it?
Yeah, so I have to smile. I have to smile. So I then get the dog, but as I go to get him, I'm going to grab him by the scruff of the neck. As soon as I do that, you're like, "Oh my God, he's abusing dogs." So I had to coax the little prick, and he wouldn't come. So I had to pick up a stick, get him to get the stick, and then as soon as he got near me, I was like, right, picking him up. The bloke's like, "Do you mind if I take a few photos?" Like, "We've already been taking them, mate. Just get on with it." So I'm holding Bertie, and as I'm like trying not to, but I'm saying to him, "Listen, you ever run off again? Like, stop fucking doing that, right?" And as I've got there, he's tried to leap out of my hands. He started licking my face, climbed over me, and I managed to catch him by the end of it before he hits the ground. The guy's photographed everything. I've then got him, put him in the garden, and as I'm walking back out, Chloe goes, "Can you hold my bag and go into the house?" So I put Chloe's handbag on. I've got a handbag, got the dog, and they tied all of it together. And the first story was James goes out for a leisurely walk with his dog. So I was like, "Leisurely fucking walk." I said, I was minding my own business. This little prick ran away. And they then ran the story. And then the son, because obviously the guy had a whole raft of photographs, he'd sold the first bit, and they call it doing a bit of a puff piece. It's like, James enjoys funny walk. It's like when I came out of the jungle and they said, James and Chloe in sex marathon. I hadn't eaten properly for 18 days. There was no sex marathon. There wasn't even a sprint. There was, I'm going to eat, and I don't want to talk to anyone. Yeah. But what they do is they write a piece that you could sue them on, but you can't prove that it didn't happen. Yeah. And it's pumping up your tyres so you don't complain, as they do it all the time. Yeah. And people are like, "Well, the papers must print the truth." Like, no. They just bullshit, and they know that you can't fucking sue them, so there's no point. And also... Make sex marathon, people are like, "All right, lad." Right, but then the problem is, like you say, you Google it, for the next 6 months, every time you do a story, they'll go, James Haskell, known for his sex marathon. It'll be James Haskell falling out and insulting farmers. It'll be like, that's what they'll do. Yeah. And so then the son bought the next set of photos with me turning him upside down, me swearing at him, and then ran another story the other day. And then I put it on, and people are like, "Mate, we know it was a fucking setup." I was like, "Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I was for all 100 quid they were going to give me to fucking set up a photo. I was like, if I'd been hit by a car or attacked someone, that would have been worth the money, but not fucking a dog story.
Do you know what's crazy? It's like someone would have loved that. Oh, look, James is so cute with his dog, and someone would have been like, "He's abusing his dog." Yeah, that's the way the world is, isn't it?
That's the way the world is. And do you know what? I promise you, they would, if I grabbed him by the scruff of the neck. What the papers would have done is they would have gone to the RSPCA or Battersea Dogs Home, found their PR and gone, "What do you think of this?" And the PR gone, "Well, we don't condone abuse of dogs." So then they validate the article by getting an expert to come and do it. They do it all the time. Like I I made a stupid comment on something, and they got like a mental health expert to claim that I'd done something. I posted a thing about. I do a lot of stuff at LGBTQ plus stuff and everything else, and I post a funny thing about a guy in a helicopter. And it's a famous meme. A guy is in water, a helicopter. You see him waving, and the guy's like, "Sir, can I help you?" And the guy with the speech bubble goes, "Did you just assume my gender?" And the guy flies off. Right, and this was in 2018, and I was like, "This is what's happening in the world." And it was like a joke thing. It wasn't about gender or anything. It was just an observation. Yeah. People fucking, I was getting called up by my charities going, giving it the wrong angle. I was like, but I'm not assaulting people. I said I didn't do anything. And what they do is, lucky that when they go to press, but that's what they do. And they validate this stuff. And then suddenly people go, oh, he must be an arsehole. Yeah. I am an arsehole, but not in the way that people are making out,